What's up, guys? This is Speakeasy Sports Talk here with the DSA, and today we're going to be talking some Packers versus Lions. So, yeah, let's get into it, guys. What did you see out there today?
Well, one of the things is I know first introduce yourself. 'Cause they probably looking and expecting to
Oh
see
yeah, yeah.
speak to
See,
see. So you want to do that, and then you want to make sure you direct that question at one of us directly. Because
okay,
if you
yeah,
don't, we gonna all start talking.
right. I totally feel you. So I'm a Rogey. I'm new to the Speakeasy Sports Talk. So, uh, this is one of my first DSA events, live events. So just kind of roll with me tonight. But yeah, Luke G is gonna be my on-field help tonight. So
Yes,
uh,
sir.
yeah, Luke G, what do you think you've seen out there tonight from the Detroit Pistons? I mean, yeah, from the Detroit Lions. Sorry, I'm watching both games.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the game. I really did. I think that there was a lot of things in there that could be talked about, including two bad calls that obviously can be talked about. Uh, some people may argue that it was more bad calls than that, but the one where the flag came out late, I thought that call was right. I just thought that maybe the flag got stuck between his stomach or something. I don't know, but it was the right call. I love the response to the no catch. I don't know how we keep ending up being the butt of this no catch crap, but we should be the one to do it, like hands down. And in my opinion, we have to make sure that we enjoy the game as it is. There's still some things to be evaluated on it, and I thought overall it was a very good game, and the response was legit. Now, real quick, let me just kind of backpedal a little bit because one of the things is for anybody who's watching the show, we got two guests on who are Packer fans. We got Rage MK. So what's going on, Rage?
Man, fire Mike Pettinall 2020. That's all I got to say, bro. I'm sick of this nigga.
Man, and then we have Dead Pizza, who's also a Packer fan. What's going on, Dead Pizza? Okay, I don't know what's going on with his mic, but
Oh.
I feel like he want to be here. Uh,
He he he
uh,
died from the pizza. Get it?
Let me
Did
make
it?
sure
Did
he's.
Dead Pizza, got it.
Let me make
that
sure.
was cool.
Got to work,
Let me
a
see.
lot of work to do.
Oh, there he goes.
All right.
All right.
So
Can you hear
off
me?
rip. Yeah,
Yeah, we
we
can hear you
we
now,
can hear
Dead
you
Pizza.
now.
What did
Because
you have
that's
to
what I'm
say?
asking. Can you,
We can hear you now. Oh, see, he's gone again.
I was saying, I was saying, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can hear you now.
Okay. Well, I was saying that basically I'm disappointed. I'm not happy with the win. It was a good game to watch, but I made a lot of notes today. I made a lot of notes.
Yeah, I thought.
Okay, yeah, just mute him for right now.
I'm always happy when a win, but
Dead Pizza, your connection is going in and out. So we gonna mute you for right now, so you can get that together. We gonna kind of speed this up a little bit faster because this is gonna be kind of a shorter show, and we got a lot to cover. So we gonna mute you so you can get your connection together, and then we'll come back to you. Let's go here, Rory. One of the things that I wanted to kind of point out immediately is we want to make sure that we are able to identify this game from the top. Give me your overall thoughts of what happened in this game.
Well, I seen at first I seen a Lions team that was coming out wanting to play the same way they played under Daryl Bevell against the Chicago Bears. So when at first, I kind of called this game earlier in the week. If you guys watched the earlier video, I called us going 3-1 in this last little stretch, and that's pretty generous. That's very generous. But I said we weren't going to beat this Packers team just strictly because like we got to try to capitalize on mistakes and capitalize on those three and outs and stuff. And at first, the first drives were looking pretty good. I think we went scored on the first drive, and then we didn't score on the second drive. But I thought it was an all around good game. I thought Matt Stafford was looking excellent until he got out of there with the rib injury. It kind of shows you. Like I know Easy kind of always speaks on that the fact that he doesn't think we need Matt Stafford in there, but I think from this game's perspective, it shows you what happens the second Matt Stafford kind of comes out of the game. So we were in position to score. I think we got the ball all the way down within it seemed like 15-yard line. I don't know exactly, but I think from the player standpoint, everyone's been kind of talking like, well, if this team gets blown up after the season, who are we going to keep? And this is a great game to kind of look at the players that are real like important to keep. I thought certain players, like even just those small plays that they make to show like I still belong on this team. I thought guys like um, Austin Bryant showed up a bit on defense. He made a couple plays here and there. TJ Hawkinson on offense looked, I thought, pretty well. I think that's a guy that's definitely going to make his way over into the next regimen. So there was a lot to analyze, a lot we are watching out here. So I think, like you said, Luke G, the main thing I got out of this is it was fun to watch. I enjoyed watching it. I thought like when they were on the field, I thought the offense was looking good enough to where it could actually make plays. There was a couple times where it seemed like the Packers at first had the ball forever for like 12 minutes and we only had it for a minute and something, but then we were able to kind of recapture that light and hold the ball longer.
Okay, what say you, Rage? I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, overall on the game, obviously you being right now the only Packers fan, if we work on dead pieces, Mike, what are your overall thoughts in terms of the game, like overall game? I mean, you got to at some point also as a Packers fan discuss that those two calls.
Well, we can save the calls for later. I'm gonna just give you my initial. My initial. Mike Pettin needs to be fired. I mean
Agreed.
that's just it, no ifs, ands, and buts. Don't get me wrong. It's a divisional game. Divisional games are really tricky to call because in that and I like the Lions game because it doesn't matter how good the Packers are doing or how bad the Lions are doing or vice versa. They always play each other tough, and it always seems like it's some very not very highly controversial calls that could go either way. So I mean, that's one thing. But Mike Pettin has got to go. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. I think Matthew Stafford under Bevel, they look damn good that first drive. But the drive after that first drive, everything else is exactly what I told y'all that Mike Pettin been doing all season. He's been playing prevent defense, 10 to 12 yards off, and people are taking exactly what they're giving them. And for some reason, you're playing zone when you have a top two man coverage corner on your side of the ball. I don't get it. It's very annoying. Kevin King was getting bombed on all day. He need to go. I mean, it was just horrible, bro. To me,
Hmm.
that just our defense was just too many mental errors. All these flags on that drive where y'all was down 14-28 when y'all came back six. I think I counted six penalties, and y'all were in third and long situations for those six penalties. So that's a really big issue. 12 men on the field, like come on, like Mike Patton, you need to get your defense under control. Who's your man?
Yeah.
Somebody come get your man's, because I don't understand. But that man Bevel, hey look, hey man, look, hey, let's talk. Yo, y'all need to get rid of him because he was a little bit too close on his first go round against the Packers. He was just a little bit too comfortable calling them little plays or whatever. I really ain't appreciate all that. But
Well, let,
no,
let me
on a
let me ask
real
you this, Rage. Let me ask you this: are you implying that it was more so that what the defense or what the Packers didn't do more so than what the Lions did do?
no 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 no
Mm,
no 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 no
mm-mm.
no. The Lions absolutely, that was a great game plan by Bevel. It was at he knew what he wanted to do. I think the only thing that he didn't do that he really would have liked to do more was run, which I've been telling people our run defense is slowly getting better as the year goes on.
Right.
Like it was a great game plan. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, after a while, any smart coach can see, okay, Penn is playing these DBs 10, 12 yards off. So I'm sure Matthew Stafford seen it, went back over there with Bevel, was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to start taking what's in front of us, because obviously they playing 10, 12, 15 yards off, and then y'all are just getting chunk yarded. So it's
Okay.
definitely I definitely will commend Bevel for the game plan that he had. But if you want to go, was it more Bevel's offense or Green Bay's defense? I'ma do I'ma do 65, 40, 35. 65 being the Lions game plan, 35 being the mental errors and everything that happened on the defense. So y'all definitely had a great game plan. That was it.
Okay, Rory. I mean, obviously we didn't get the win today. But give me something that you saw that was like an extremely a huge positive for you coming out of this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's actually pronounced Rogey. I don't know if I thought you
Rogi.
said,
Oh,
yeah,
my
Rogey.
bad, Rogi, my bad.
No, an extreme positive I seen coming out of this game. I thought, you know, I
Hey, Rogie.
one major one is T.J. Hawkinson. I thought T.J. Hawkinson, they were trying to base the offense more around him, and actually two guys who are on our younger core, T.J. Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift returned with a lot of explosiveness. He didn't really get as many touches as I would have liked. I would have liked to see the game based more around him, like they kind of do down there with New Orleans and Alvin Kamara. I would like to see a more game plan resolved around DeAndre Swift and resolved around our big playmakers such as TJ Hawkinson. But in this game, it does show you that there is hope for these young players. So that's one of the main things I was looking for.
Yeah, I think for me, I think Hawkinson did have his opportunities. He had a few drops, took a few hits, got overthrown a few times. But overall, for me, the biggest thing was the constant response to adversity. No matter what it was,
Yeah.
there was a constant response. I think at one point, A Rod was 10 for 10, like with two
Yeah.
TDs, like
Y'all would
but
not go away.
right, but we was like this. We was like a nagging, like
Because
freaking
y'all
like
wasn't like the
cold.
Bears. Y'all not like the Bears where Aaron can go down and just smack them in the face and then they'll just lay down and die. And that'll just be it. Y'all just wouldn't go away. After that Devontae Adams touchdown, I'm like, okay, cool. This gonna be light work. What's
Yeah,
wrong?
but they did have a very good consistent. Like I said, they had a very good consistent response to every single thing. Like I said, I'm 100% in real time saw that and said catch, and then when
I
they slowed it down, I said, oh snap, it really is a catch. Like I can see it, like it's a catch, and I just thought when they said no, we can't overturn it, I turned the volume up and rewinded my TV back, and the former head of officiating said it's a catch. The commentator said it was a catch, and the
did
officials
too.
say the rule on the field stands, and it was just like disheartening because that catch sets us up to score a touchdown
Yeah,
and leave
much
a lot of
faster. Much
leave a lot
faster
of
than
a
what y'all
lot of
did.
time on the clock. A lot of time
I
on the
Yeah.
clock. Dead pizza, you good? Your volume and everything's good?
Yeah, I'm back. What happened
Okay.
was my router was giving me bad upload rate, so it was like weird. I had to fix it up real quick, but we good. Um,
So give me
Ju-
something that you saw that was good in this game. Well, because since you've been a Packer fan, obviously your team won. Give me something good that you saw. Um,
I have a lot of good things to say about the Lions. I have a lot of good
really?
things.
Okay, I'm listening.
First things I gotta say about the Lions is finally, finally we have a head coach. I think you guys, even if you guys don't go off with Bevel, this is a coach that finally understands the weapon he has in his hands with Matthew Stafford. He was not scared at all to go, I'm throwing this ball. I do not care that Mike Pettin is putting out 6 DBs. I do not care that there's a Darius Smith presses. We're gonna pass the football. And it kind of started to open things up because our pass rush wasn't getting there. The O line, the Lions O line was much better than what it was last time. Much better.
Yeah,
Wasn't
agree.
giving up wasn't giving up a lot of pressures. The only sack that I would say was like a bad sack was before the half. I think that was Dean Lowry, and he just blew up the inside and took it.
Kenny
But
Clark.
yeah, oh yeah, Kenny Clark had one too. Um, and then another good thing I had about the Lions was the defense. The defense did not quit. No matter what happened, they did not quit. I remember I was in another Discord chat talking to some friends. I'm like, the Lions usually this defense is the type of team to make everything look extremely hard. And they made it hard. And that's one of the good things I will say about the Packers is usually when teams make it hard for us, we fold like an omelet. Look at what happened with the Colts. They made it hard for us, folded like an omelet. 49ers folded like an omelet. They folded like an omelet, bro. Folded
I
like
mean,
an omelet.
and to be fair, hold on. To be fair, be fair. I want to make sure we give everybody their chance to talk. I'm gonna make sure we give everybody their chance to talk, but let them finish. Then I'll let you rebuttal.
All right, so I always felt like we kind of fold a little bit when the pressure get hot, and when teams just don't immediately go away. But and then the great thing I saw from the Packers offense was LaFleur was aggressive. LaFleur was aggressive and balanced. He was balanced and aggressive at the same time because he was using Aaron Jones. I saw a lot of Jamal Williams especially in the first half. Um, Another criticism I have for Green Bay is we signed Tavon Austin, yet we have Jamal Williams doing kickoff return. What is that?
Yeah, listen, bro. It's funny you bring that up. It's funny you bring that up because when I saw that, I went, okay,
I'm like,
like,
okay.
yeah, but I mean, listen, let me jump it over here to this, man. I'm gonna make sure I do this right. I suck with names, Rogey. If you don't know, I'm really terrible with names, so
Oh no.
don't kill me.
Oh no,
But
it's all good, brother.
Rogey, let me ask you, man. What was something that stood out to you with the Lions that was just like, yo, this was just bad. This is just flat out bad.
Uh, luckily there wasn't as much in this game as normally, but that cornerback situation, which in the start of the year we thought was going to be pretty good, just so injury riddled. It just seems like teams can just throw on us at will sometimes, and like it's more often than not we're just not going to make a play. Like it's gotten to the point where making a play on defense just seems like some magnificent feat, So I think that needs to be handled. I think we need to become, all around just a better defense to allow this offense to blossom. We need to play a more team game, So sometimes it's hard to watch from that standpoint, but I think the guys are fighting for each other. I think the talent level just needs to pick up and speak for itself.
For me, the worst thing that I saw in this game was the missed tackles. They
Oh
continue.
yeah, I agree.
It was ridiculous. I see what Dr. Detroit says. Guys, to be fair, do you think we need to rethink what we've been watching for the past 3 years? Maybe we don't know who these players are on this team because they are not being used correctly. And I responded to him that has always been an option, but I say no. Because most of the guys on our defense are essentially backups, in my opinion. Duron Hardman is a backup at every level. Tell me how many times you saw him in this game wait for contact to find him, or he just whiffed on the tackle. And when you go through and you look at Jamie Collins, who is supposed to be the world's best, cover linebacker, excuse me, according to Pro Football Focus. And all I see him doing is getting cooked and missing tackles as well. Now, he made a few plays, I'll give him that. But the missed tackles in some of those crucial times was terrible. And then you go down the list and you keep going. Roberts should not be on this team. Mike Ford should not be on this team.
Wasn't too bad. You talking about the CB, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why. But it's not about him being bad. It's about the idea that there's this idea that I'm starting to see where a lot of these players are backups. Yeah, they may not be utilized right, but they're backups. They're not.
I thought he was filling in for Okuda because Okuda went down.
Yeah, he is filling in for Okuda, but it was still like whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was no get back to it. Let me ask you this though. What do you think in terms of like something that you saw that you were saying to yourself? Oh, let me go back. I got one more point to make. When you look at the defense as a whole, Matt Patricia is no longer here, and it shows you how bad the personnel and scheme of this defense was under him. Because while we show strides in getting better, the personnel still is so tailored to what he wanted to do. They're like literally handcuffed to use it in that way. So those are all bads for me. Dan Pizza, what is something that jumped out to you when looking at the Lions that was bad? We know what you think is bad on the Packers. You definitely want the defensive coordinator Patton gone.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Lions, what is something that jumped out to you that was like, God, that sucked. If they could fix that, they would have been something different.
D-line play. D-line play. I didn't know how many times where, and I put it in my notes, where I'm like, the Packers are doing an excellent job of just going, we're going to run on first down, and we're going to get into a second and short or a third and short situation and convert. And that was because every time I'm looking at your D line and it's getting blown. If it's a run, it's getting blown back 2 yards. And Jamal Adams or Aaron Jones is running through those scenes and they're pushing it up. And on passes, you guys were getting. I counted occasional pressures, especially near the end of the game. But I felt like the D line play, if it was more established, if it forced LaFleur's hand a little more, you could have gotten better results. And I mean, a lot of times with the secondary, I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers holding the ball for 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Not a lot of secondaries out here is going to be able to do, especially the Lions secondary is going to be able to stop anything. So D-line play. It starts with the D-line. That's why I was like, they should have took Chase Young. I think Chase Young went. I think y'all had a shot at Chase. I'm not sure.
No, he went at 2.
Nah,
He went at 2.
nah.
Yeah, he went at 2.
But
So,
I still didn't want Chase Young, and the reason I didn't want Chase Young is because of how the Lions' defensive scheme was. If you bring Chase Young in here, look what they're
Patricia
doing.
on his way out. So, like,
Yeah, but here's the problem though. Like I get what you're saying, like future wise, but just look at it from this standpoint, right? If you take Chase Young there, right? Let's say you get well. First of all, Chase Young would have been better than Okuda, but we would have had to trade up to get him.
Yeah.
And so at that point, you're talking about giving up assets and capital, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
but also, if you look at Chase Young take off plays, and what happens is he pick and choose these moments where he wants to go full throttle and when he don't. And so one of the issues I had with him was because of that. If you go through the game that they played against us, man, he kind of coasted a little bit.
Matt Patricia gonna kill that.
Yeah, but if Matt Patricia had
he's gonna take off more plays. That's what I'm saying.
But it's not take off more plays. It's how he's using them. They're dropping like people like Everson Griffin into coverage, Trey Flower into coverage. They would have dropped Chase Young into coverage. So I just But go ahead though. My apologies for interjecting.
But I felt like there was this, and I felt like the secondary tried their darn best. Their secondary tried their darn best because what Matt LaFleur was doing from an offensive scheme perspective was good. And what he was doing was he was hitting these guys with a lot of in and out sluggos. He was doing a lot of rub routes, and y'all might call them pick plays. A lot of rub routes, pick plays. Then he was moving the O-line. He was doing his dang best to really get their minds thinking because he knows they're injured. He knows that there's a lot of guys that are bench guys. And so he's going to try to get them thinking, try to get them moving. And that's where you need your D-line to try to contain everything. And that's a hard ass when you got David Bakhtiari and you got, when you got a great O-line like Green Bay, but you got to get pressure. You got to get pressure. You got to be disruptive.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we saw that only, in my opinion, I saw 2 people really get off, which was Romeo and Pennicini. The other one's kind of lean. You saw Bryant do a few things here and there. Maybe you got a few flash plays from hand, but overall it wasn't consistent enough, and that's the issue. I don't think it's so much of the talent, but the consistency wasn't there. Rage, what are you thinking, man? Because after this question, we got to get into these calls, and so what are you thinking, Rage? Something bad that you saw on the line that you said if they can fix that, they'll be so much better.
Okay, before I'm gonna work backwards. So I'm gonna address somebody in the comments first. Then I'm gonna address Dead Pizza, and I'm gonna tell y'all. Actually, I'm gonna address Dead Pizza while I'm telling y'all what the Lions can do better. First off, Larry Sanders or Larry Landers, whatever his name is, he said Adams. He said Adams or DK, and then he put the little less than sign towards DK. Let me tell you something, bro. DK had 6 receptions for 61 yards, 1 TD. Let me tell you something, bro. If Devontae Adams had 7 receptions for 115 in the TD, don't add me. First off, that's number 1. Number 2, their piece of band a little bit too nice to our offense. Let me tell you, they play like complete shit today. And let me explain to you why they play like shit today. Because they brought Matt LaFleur. He has predicated this offense run to pass. Today,
he was passing.
It was no. Again, he tailored this offense for run first and pass second. He was passing entirely too much today in the first half to the point where it was just we couldn't do nothing. The two drives before halftime, all they did was pass the ball. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand y'all was down two corners. I get all of that. But the weakness of y'all defense was the run. And we did not attack that in the first half at all.
Well, he
And
did try
that,
to on
Hold
those
on,
two
hold on, hold on.
drives.
Let him
no, no,
finish.
no,
Let
no,
him
no, no,
finish.
no,
Let him
no.
finish. Let him finish.
That's what
I'm you.
and you just said he did try. They legitimately they have one of the worst run defenses in the league. So you don't try. You you bog it down their throat until they can't breathe. Exactly what Minnesota did to us when Dalvin Cook scored four touchdowns. He should have did that the entire game. It would have done a few things. It would have gassed them out. We would have been putting up points way higher than what we were, and we could have avoided major injury if we would have been up 40 something like we should have been going into the fourth quarter. But no, he kept passing. You kept stopping the clock. It was incompletions. Blah 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 blah. When we actually got to the second half, they started running the ball, and then that's when the chunk plays started coming. But it was too late for me. I was pissed. I was like, it should be no reason why we're not running the ball. We had
Well,
AJ Dillon back, we had Jamal Williams, and we had Aaron Jones, and a pretty good O line. It ain't our usual O line, but they was pretty decent. We should have been running it down their throat. Aaron Rodgers shouldn't have thrown for over maybe 25 times in this type of game. That's
Okay.
just how bad their run
okay.
defense is.
All right. Well,
Now,
that piece of obviously want to rebuttal you, but before
go
before
ahead.
I let him rebuttal you, I want to kind of let Rogie rebuttal that. Rogie, what do you thought? I mean, did you think the Packers played themselves by not sticking to the run versus the Lions?
Um, well, I don't think they really played themselves because they won the game, but you know, no, I don't think. I think when it's coming, I think this is a game they kind of expected to win going in, and I think the Lions showed up unexpectedly. So that they came in and played a game harder than the Packers thought they were gonna play. So, uh, you know, I think the Packers had a lot of options here. They could have stuck to the run, or they could. I think with the fact that they know they're going to the playoffs, so they have a lot more options than a team like us, who we have to play our best ball no matter what. Like, that's the only way we're gonna win or keep it close like we did. But they can kind of, and this is speculation, but they can kind of go in there, play in different forms of ball, see what kind of sets they can do, see if they can win the game throwing it. Seems they could put it on this guy's back, that guy's back. So, as long as they come out there with a W, you can't really blame any scheme or anything, in my eyes at least.
Well,
Hold on. Dead piece. You want your rebuttal back to Rage? I know you wanted to
yeah.
to chime in.
So I think he was talking about there was multiple drives where I kind of was like, they're a little pass happy, but I think there was a reason behind that madness. So one of the things I noticed was a big issue was that Aaron Jones is not. I don't care what any of our Packers fans say. Aaron Jones is not a workhorse. I hate to say he's not a workhorse. That's not his running style. That's why you saw so much of Jamal Williams in that first half. Jamal Williams is kind of a workhorse, but he's not like a Dalvin Cook level guy where you can just go hand it to Dalvin Cook out 4 or 5 yards. No. Um, and what the Lions were doing was they were shifting their nose tackle and their D tackle. They were shifting them inside. So you're not going to run inside. And every time LaFleur tried to run outside, especially in that second quarter, it was MVS was not blocking. MVS wasn't blocking, and we weren't getting the blessed blocks to get those outside runs to really break those things off. So LaFleur, he did the right thing. He knew he still had the weapon. So what did he do? He started using play action. He used a little bit of play action, and he was able to move the ball down the field a little bit. As to the second drive that was to close out the game, when we gave the ball back to the Lions and Stafford got sacked twice, um, it wasn't that much time left. We were at the 25, we were at 147. I think we only had like one timeout left, and we burnt it on a run that only went for 2 yards. So you kind of have to pass a little more there. Um, the rest of the game, I think we just kind of balanced whatever was there. A lot of the times, I think Aaron was checking a lot of plays to what he thought was there, and he did a good job of that. When you don't, if Aaron's not going to turn the
But
ball over,
but let me interject really quick because I don't want you to kind of go on like a long
yeah.
rant about the running game. And I think what Ray's overall view is you got three running backs, and he wasn't even talking about workhorses. He was just saying you got three running backs, and we didn't commit to the run enough. And to be honest with you, that would have been my game plan if I was the Packers.
Yeah, I understand it, but
That's what
I mean,
I'm saying. Like we real late in the season. You know you got playoff chances. First off, the reason that he's not running Aaron Jones is not because he's not a workhorse. It's because he's trying to keep him fresh for the playoffs. So when the playoffs get here, you will see Aaron
so do
Jones
you
have
think Aaron
28, 20, 30 plus.
exactly?
Well,
So
let me do this though. Let me jump on it because I want to keep everything in order and I want to keep it moving. Rogi, starting off with you, this is a question I'm gonna go around quickly, get a yes or a no on, and then we're gonna discuss it. Rogi, let's talk about this really quick. Was that a catch or not?
Yeah, that was a catch.
Let's go down to you, Raise MK. Was that a catch or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, dead pizza. No ifs, ands, and buts. It's either yes or no. Whatever your percentage lean you towards more of, give us the answer. Is that a catch or not?
no.
Okay. Now, since you said no, we're gonna start off with you. Tell us why you thought that was not a catch. Because for me, that was 100% a catch.
Okay.
He biased.
So no, it wasn't biased. The moment it wasn't even biased. The moment I saw it in real time, I said not a catch. The moment I saw it on replay, I said not a
He
catch.
had to look
Now
at you.
let me say why. Let me say why it wasn't a catch. If you go back and watch, if you look at his feet compared to his hands, and this was what the refs were probably looking at. Let me just read. Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. I wish I had like a graphic to show y'all.
Oh
The
my
moment
god.
the moment his hands touched the ball and he was starting to bring it in and show that he had control, his back foot was not on the ground. His back foot was not on the ground. I promise you, watch it. His back foot was not on the ground. I swear to God. Now I swear to God, his back foot was not on the ground, and that's why the refs didn't call it. They was looking at that back foot, and that back foot, they could not see if that back foot was on the ground.
The dirt flew up. The dirt flew up, bro. Like,
That
I
was
don't
his
listen.
front foot. Watch it.
Look,
His
look.
front foot caused that dirt to come off. It was his front foot that got the dirt to come off, but his back foot never hit the ground.
I gotta go to Rage on this. I gotta go to Rage on this,
It
Rogi.
never
I
hit
gotta
the ground.
Rage as a Packers fan said that his fellow fan is biased and clearly smoking something. But shout out to shout out to Rage. Shout out to Rage, who's also in the military and serves our country. So shout out to him, salute to him. I know he's getting deployed really soon. So wanted to, again, salute him and make sure he has safe travels. But Rage, you seem you seem shocked, man. Oh, you seem like a little confused by this, man.
He's muted.
Look how you get the camera.
Don't at me. Look, bro. Look. This is what I was talking about when I said Lions and Packers game have some of the most controversial calls ever. Son,
Facts.
let's use our eyes, bro. Let's be realistic. It was a catch. He had control of the ball. As soon as he had control of the ball, that left foot came up and that right foot dragged. The left foot was already on the ground when he had control of the ball. It was the right foot that was up. But when that left foot came up, the right foot was dragging. Don't at me. It was a catch. Granted, y'all still scored on that drop anyways. It was a catch.
Listen, bro. Listen, Rogi. Thank you. Listen, bro. In real time, I said, "Oh, that's a catch." I'm like, maybe the ball moved. Ball didn't move or nothing. Look at this. Look that left foot. What are you talking about, bro? Look, it's right there. Look,
it's not right. I'm looking right. You can see it. You can see a gap.
Hold on. I'm finna get him. Watch this. I'm finna get him.
I got the video.
Wait,
I
wait,
got
wait,
the
no. What I check this out. I'm finna kill him with this.
The ball is in his hands at that point,
Hold
though.
hold on, Dead Piece. A quick question. So in that Super Bowl when Antonio Brown caught that pass in the end zone, was that a touchdown?
Antonio Brown.
Oh, you talking about the Antonio Brown catch, or you talking about the
That
Antonio Holmes?
Brown catch.
You
in the
talking
Super
about
Bowl
Holmes? You talking about
was
Holmes versus
Huh?
the Cardinals?
Correct. Was that a touchdown? Yes.
That
or
was
no?
Antonio Holmes. Yeah, okay. So it's Antonio Holmes.
If I remember it correctly, no, because I remember
All
his
right.
right foot never. I remember his right foot never came down to me
So
till he
that's
was
crazy.
like,
So that's crazy. How can you have knowledge of that, but you can't see that both of his feet is down?
no, but the hands. Look, that's not a good frame, bro. That's not a good frame. That's not a good frame.
Oh
The ball is not
God.
in his hands at that point. The ball is not in his hands at that point. And that's-
Rogey, can you please roll it up a little bit so we can see where the ball is at on his hands from this same picture? We want to.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, son?
We want to give him the fair shot, man. We want to give him a fair shot. We already see the feet. Oh, and take the tag off too. Take the tag off of the where it says if it's a Lions. Okay, what would you say about his hands now? I'm waiting. Go ahead.
his hand, that's the catch then. I'll call it a catch. But when I was watching it live time and everything, I swear to God, it didn't look like a catch to me. It just
Listen,
didn't.
That's why.
listen.
It was a
That's why
catch.
they replayed it 75 times, so you can see.
Since
It
I
was
was-
a catch. It was a catch, bro. You can book it.
Listen, let's go to Rogey on this. Rogey, what are your thoughts? Clearly, Dead Piece is like, yo, this he didn't see no catch in real time. In real time, I damn near fell out my chair because I was like, oh, that's a catch.
Yeah. In
What
real
did you
time,
see?
in real time, I'm very overcritical. So with all the shitty calls we've gotten in the past as a Detroit Lion fan, instantly I was like, oh man, they're gonna call this not a catch, man. But then the second that they showed that replay, it didn't take more than a millisecond. It didn't take. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that this was a catch. Their pellets flew up. Both feet were down. He had it's a toe tap catch. That's what it was. It's a toe tap sideline catch. That's all it is.
And you know what's
That's a
amazing to me?
catch now. I'll lean towards it's a catch. But
You know what's listen. But the thing is this. I pointed out to you immediately that if you look at it, the dirt was flying up and everything. And the crazy part is this. I thank God for DVRs. I rewinded the TV and listened to. I watched the games with the volume down. I rewinded the DVR and I listened to it. The former head of officiating said
Dan
it was a catch.
Bambino. Dan Bambino.
He said it was a catch. The commentator said, "Man, they got jobbed on that. That was a catch." I just wanted to put it out
going
there.
off of what the refs might do. I was going off what the refs might do.
You want to know the crazy thing in that
What's that?
Saints and Eagles game? I don't know if y'all watched it, but I watched the Packers game on my phone because I'm out of market, and I watched the Saints game.
Okay.
Bro, Zach Ertz had a catch exactly like that. Y'all gotta go look it up. Go whenever y'all get.
Now you're gonna have me doing some. Now you got me doing some research because it's amazing to me.
Yo, easy. Look up Zach Ertz sideline catch and put it on. If you can put it on the screen, if you don't mind, just like you did with Marvin Hall, whatever his name is. It's the exact same catch.
Yeah, I'll say that's a
locked
catch.
in, both
I'll
feet
lean-
down. And
I'll lean towards
they
a
said
catch.
that the call stood, so it was an incomplete pass, just like y'all got robbed. They got robbed too.
So
Well,
then,
listen,
then that means that's what they ruling on, basically. Because
No, I
that's what I
understand.
thought. I thought that they were looking at. That's why I was like, that's not a catch, because I was thinking about how do refs usually call that. First of all, on the field, they called it incomplete. So now you got to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt to their eyes, and it's got to be way obvious because you know
But
refs don't-
we can't trust they ass. They
Well, bro,
sleepy. They ready to
Refs
go.
don't want to overturn anything.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was proved without a reasonable doubt to 755 million Americans. So
It's
I'm
got to
just
be
saying.
clear because that's what I thought I saw. What I saw, and you could call it bias, whatever. What I saw was Marvin Jones' front foot. If you look at the video, I put it on my Twitter. I think I'll link it to you. When you watch the video, you can show your face all you want, but I'm just going through what I saw in my mind. What I saw in my mind.
Between Rogey and Rage, I'm tripping over here. They like, bro, what is going? You see the picture, you still
Right.
talking? It's a catch.
Boy, caught.
Let me switch it up a little bit, man. Y'all is tripping today, Rogey. Let's talk about it from this standpoint. Let's talk about what happened to Dan Pizza. Did he lose connection again? What's going on?
I guess so. Yeah.
We give him a minute.
Yep.
But let's talk about the onside kick because I I looked at that thing a few times and I'm like, the ball bounced up before it went out of bounds. And go ahead. Because my question is, did you think they recovered that onside kick? And I thought they did.
Yeah, I 100% thought they did. All I do is play Madden, man. I sit here and play Madden all day, and I've seen hundreds of onside kicks. That was an onside kick recovery, if I've ever seen one. The only thing I think that could say that it wasn't possibly is the fact I think Miles Killebrew 1 foot may have stepped out of bounds.
I mean, it just seemed like it was a recovery to me. Rage, what did you see? Did you think? Wait, really quick, don't play that. Take that off. They're gonna shut your stream down. So take that off. I don't want them to shut your stream down, and then you be on that probation for 3 months. So definitely take that off the screen. But Rage, what did you see? Did you these damn glasses, Rage? You tripping today? What did you see, man? Did you think the Lions recovered that kick, or did you think it was just too close to call?
Too close.
Too close. I mean, listen, I can't kill him. I can't kill him for it, but
Rage, you muted.
Luke G, with how hard it is to catch a onside kick these days, I think they should play more in the way of the person kicking. It's like almost impossible to get an onside kick. They need to help these teams out a bit.
Now, Rogey and Luke. Now look. I thought he was in. I thought he was in. I thought he was in. You know why I thought he was in? Because Green Bay for like the last 10 years, we suck at special teams, especially that night. I'm like, we suck at special teams. But I was like, okay. I was like, all right, fine. I was both ways. I was like, I thought he was in, but if there was one angle where I think it was behind him and his foot, it's like on the bottom of out of bounds, like on that kickoff return.
See, I couldn't tell if it was his foot or not. I couldn't tell if it was his, or I don't think it was his foot. But I don't know. Okay, listen. I take your word for it.
It was his foot.
Yeah, I seen his foot too. I did see his foot, and I think
the issue. I just want to know what the bottom of out of bounds is. Hello,
right?
What?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, not the bottom of out of bounds, but you know what I mean. Like the line between the green and whatever. But I was like,
if they would have had an aerial shot, you would have been able to tell if
the crazy part is I think not over top, but they had a shot where you could have saw the dude's foot, but one of y'all players' big old helmets was blocking his foot, and you couldn't see.
Well, I still think in light of all that, the response to that was still amazing. I mean, they managed to get y'all to 3rd and 3, and then kudos to whoever called that play up. The Lions didn't even bite on it. My man just outran the defenders. Robert
Tanya. That's
Matt
LaFleur right there.
Matt LaFleur
called that. That was a classic Matt LaFleur call. That was classic Shanahan.
I thought he was finished.
Like I said,
honestly, he had Devontae on the go route, and whoever was guarding Devontae, they got busted. All I'm saying, he could have hit Devontae.
Well, he had the safe route with time. But that was classic Kyle Shanahan. Like I immediately was like, "Ooh, that was LaFleur," and because it was I think it was a play action rollout. Tanya leaks out, and it was easy. And that linebacker could not stick Tanya all night. He could not stick him.
Now, Aaron Burton said that was Mike Ford who was covering Devontae Adams on that. Rogey, let me ask you this, man, because like I said, this is not going to be a long show. I do got to get up extremely early. My job is way too demanding for my spirits. But dude, I be thinking to myself sometimes like I probably should have went to the military right out the gate. Just been done with this. But Rogi, I mean, let's talk about just in general. If you got to give your game ball out to somebody, who are you giving your game ball out to on offense and defense for the Lions?
On offense, I'm probably I think he made a couple of good catches here. I don't know that I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it to Matt Stafford.
There you go.
Just because he played his heart out. That's that right there. And on defense, I'm gonna give this to John Pennicini. A lot of people weren't talking about him enough, but this guy gets off these blocks so well. Dude. He plays in space. Excellent. This is a great young rookie, guys. Not enough people are talking about this guy. This guy is excellent. So that's who my game ball is going to.
The sad part is, Rogey, is I got a whole video talking about John Pennicini. Like, I saw him at the 2 games and said, yo, he's something different.
Yeah, I remember one of the first jerseys I wanted to get was a Pennicini jersey.
Pennicini.
Yeah, it's what. Oh, Easy came up in the building. What in the sweet baby Jesus is going on?
I low key been here. I was the one putting the stuff on the picture and the video and stuff like that.
It was me.
I had the baby at the time.
Oh no! I totally get it. But let me ask you this, Easy. Let me ask you this because we wanna jump into some stuff and kind of keep it moving forward. One of the things is who are you giving your game ball out to? Offense and defense.
I like Pennicini for defense. On offense, I'm gonna have to say Stafford or Swift.
Okay.
Stafford's probably more. He had more hands on, like everything was going down. But I was impressed by Swift a little bit today too, running between those tackles. He's a smaller guy. I didn't expect to see that early out of him.
Okay. Now it's fun. I think Ray just said that he ready too. I don't know if y'all see that on the chat. I think he might. But I might be looking at the old matches. Ain't no time. Anyway, I'm giving my game ball to Matt Nelson. I know people gonna say you out your mind, Luke. This guy got a penalty at a crucial time and blah 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 blah. But it's because of what Easy just said. Yeah. I kept watching holes be made that really was for him to pick. And the one thing that stood out to me was really that guard over there. Like, he was really doing a good job. He had a few plays where you go, but that one long run, man, where I'm like, yo, this dude just shot out of a cannon, and then he went to the left quick on. That was because of how the blocking was. And so I give it to them on defense. I mean, hands down, John Pennicini has to be my game ball. I mean, you could easily make a case for people like Austin Bryant, but John Pennicini, to me, like, I'm always amazed watching him. If I had, which I'm gonna give him the reverse side of it. Rage, let me go to you really quick. If you had to give a game ball out to somebody on offense and defense that you thought, damn it, you was getting on my nerves as a Packers fan, who would you give it to?
For defense, I'm gonna say honestly, this might be a little biased because he got torched a little bit, but I'm gonna have to say Roberts. Look, bro.
Okay.
He got and there's Devontae, when he was supposed to score that touchdown on the left side, he honestly got burnt. And if it wasn't for a bad throw by Aaron Rodgers, it was just gonna be over with. But he didn't give up on that route, and he caught up to him, defended the pass. He also defended the pass against Alan Lazard when it was like 3rd and 9. It was on the left-hand side this time, the same side that Adams was playing on. And he had did 1 yard out and tried to hit out of bounds as he caught it, but he broke on that hole and he defended that pass. Look, man, that little Roberts kid, granted he was probably just hyped up off of adrenaline, but he played his little heart out.
Dan Peterson, man, you giving out a game ball to somebody on offense and defense for the Lions. Who you giving it to?
Offensively, Matt Stafford, no problem. I think y'all already know, man was tough, man fought, man kept it going, and he just did his thing out there. if I was to give like a code, it would be Eric Bevels for allowing him to actually do his thing. For defense, I might go. It might have to be a cold ball game ball. To Roberts. Roberts, he did for what I thought was going to happen compared to what actually happened. He did a very good job. He didn't quit. He kept his assignments. He did his job. He missed a couple tackles here and there, but he did what he had to do to make it hard on the Packers. And I think John Penicilli, that's the other guy. Did a good job getting off blocks. Did his thing. Yeah. Also,
Okay.
that right tackle for offense y'all have. It's so many guys I'll be watching and studying for offense and defense for the opposing team. I got so many dudes, but that tackle y'all I think he's a tackle or a guard. Y'all just got. Besides that holding call, Zadarius Smith, and Zadarius just went crazy on that one. But he did a great job just stopping the pass rush, opening up holes. He did a good job too.
Listen, so I've been thinking about this because I'm always quick to give a game ball out, but my new award is who are you giving the paper bag of poop? Basically game was it wasn't up to par. You sick of it. You didn't like it because for me, if I'm giving out a bag,
Please let me go first.
go ahead, Ray. Who you giving that paper bag of poop to?
Patton, he got to go all season. How you the worst player on the team and you ain't even on the field? Like,
Wow.
Make it make sense, Lou. Make it make sense. Easy. Make it make sense, bro. Somebody help make it make sense. How is you the worst player on the team and you ain't even on the field? I promise you.
Lord
If we make it to the playoffs and we lose to anybody, it's gonna be the Mike Petty. It's gonna be the Mike Petty. I'm so sick of him. Bro, I wish I'd go to Green Bay, go to his house, and scalp him, even though he bald head. I'm so sick of Mike Penn, dude. It don't even make no sense. If you got Jair Alexander, bro, if you don't play, man, who gonna stop him? Who? Somebody please tell me who.
Let me ask Easy, man. Let me ask Easy Rage. Easy, man. I mean, who you giving your paper bag of poop to, man? Because I know exactly who I'm giving. I probably got two people. You can give me one for offense or one for defense or two on offense. But I need two players that you're giving that paper bag of poop to.
Can I pick the officiating crew?
Okay, listen. I didn't say you couldn't, but okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with them, man. Two bad calls in the game. I'm glad it was nationally televised. It's so crazy that this is so common to us, man. And I spoke with Lover Quinn. He said it's a thing. It's not just us as fans. It's a thing that people are worried about coming to Detroit as free agents.
There was one call that was just what? That late holding call. I think it was in the third.
That was the right call.
That one was.
But you
the right call.
It was a catch.
It was so late, yeah.
No, that late defensive holding.
I'm gonna head out, yo.
Hey, all right, Rage. You be safe out there.
Nowhere. I was being sarcastic.
Okay, well, take quit playing with me now. Listen, if I had to hand out my paper bag of poop, I know people gonna get mad at me, but my two paper bags of poop is going to Deron Hardman and Jamie Collins. These missed tackles. I can't with it, man. And Deron Hardman, he just waits to get hit. Like, bruh, people be standing up in the middle of a tackle, and he stands right there and watching. Like, you gonna move? You gonna move? You wanna move? What do you wanna do? Like it's ridiculous. Like, bruh, could you imagine? Think about this. Could you imagine if we had Sean Taylor, RP, if we had Sean Taylor and somebody has been held up? Literally, being held up. Man, come on. If that's Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, any one of them people, and a guy is running at them, are you thinking they stopping and waiting for them to take a hit? No. Like, this is ridiculous. And you ain't got to go to the main people. Go over to Green Bay, the rookie that Green Bay had in the game today. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
You talking about
Not,
a linebacker, right?
no, it was a safety. I thought he was.
Oh no, it's got to be Amos because we don't
No, it wasn't.
or
It wasn't Amos.
Savage.
It wasn't Savage. It was another dude. I'm trying to think what his name was.
Will Redmond.
Wilman.
Redmond.
Okay.
I didn't see him slowing down to get hit. So
Yeah.
to me, them two is my worst. Rogey, who do you give your paper bag of poop to today? You get
You
two
know,
people.
I think one of these guys can come. Both these guys can probably come back out of this category. But as far as tonight, I'm putting Danny Amendola and Jelani Tavai in that category. I think there is a certain play where Jelani Tavai, there's the knock on him is just that he's slow, and there's a play where the player who caught the ball on him just had so much separation, and then he didn't even chase him down. He's just jogging after him, and I'm sitting there screaming at the screen "Come on!" Show any effort at all. But
Hold on, really quick. Rage, mute your phone. We getting the feedback from your phone.
My bad.
But, okay, go ahead, Rogey.
Yeah, so Jelani Tavai on defense for me, and then Danny Amendola, and I don't know if that's why I said this is the guy I said that could probably come out of this category because it could just be bad luck, but he's just not looking like the full playmaker we kind of want in that slot position. Balls were going over his arms, that he was missing them. They were kind of he was diving for ones, but I just didn't see a lot that I wanted to see out of Danny Amendola today when he's supposed to be kind of that veteran presence that gets those third downs and stuff. So that's I wouldn't mind if he had to go, but I want playmakers.
Hey, I got a poop bag though, for real, for Green Bay, at least for us. My poop bags is easy, to be honest with you. My first poop bag, Kevin King. I'm done. I'm done with Kevin King. I'm so done with this man. I'm so done.
Hold on,
there's reasons why.
You a good guy. I can. You know what? I might move to
Kevin
Detroit.
King. I'm done. The first thing about Kevin King is this. I call him Mr. Glass. I call him Mr. Glass because there was a long stretch of time where Kevin King was just out with some type of leg injury for 8 to 10 games, just gone. Our number 2 cornerback gone. Moment he comes back, last game, don't look like he can really cover anything. This game cannot just. This looks slow. Getting jump balled on.
Send him my way. I got a solution for you. Send him to the Lions because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. The thing with Kevin King that I'm noticing is this, and one of the things that I've noticed with Kevin King is he's had his fair share of problems. But to me, at some point, you got to be able to recognize a person as being a safety. Jeff Okudah is a safety, and I think Kevin King would be a good safety. I think if you just because right now he not these NFL route runners is a different beast for him, and our route runners ain't even really route runners like that, but they was killing him. So
honestly, that's why they play so much zone.
Also,
Because
Christian
he's
Kirksey.
more comfortable as a zone coverage type of player, but at the same time, if you're going to play a zone, you don't have to play that deep off. I don't know why we got to play 10, 12 yards off. If you want to play zone,
we got Adrian Amos.
But
Adrian Amos should be playing up closer to the line. That man is a savage, actually, up closer to the line. Savage is a Roman type of safety, so he can be your deep safety. But
listen. Let me jump in really quick. Let me jump in because I want to make sure we keep everything going smoothly, and I want to make sure because we get ready to come up on the end of this anyway because we got another football game to check out. So let me go through and just kind of because I know Easy just got in kind of late. Easy. I know you was paying attention. Obviously, Dead Pizza did not believe that was a catch. That's one thing for you to kind of.
I think it's a catch now. Because I saw the evidence. I put it together. I said, okay, it's a catch. I'll say fine.
Okay, but Easy, you clearly believe that was a catch, correct?
Yeah, I was the one that hopped on because I had the baby and I was in there. I was like, just go do some comments for Rogey. And I heard my man talking about the catch. I went straight to Twitter. I'm like, oh, no. I'm about to find something else. I was put that picture on the screen because I was like, Nah, he got to know, man. That was
Yeah,
And the onside kick. What do you think? Onside kick recovered or not recovered?
I can't even lie, guys. I was chasing my damn son during the onside kick. I didn't see it to give you an actual opinion, man.
All right. Well, listen. Before we get out of here, give me your overall thought about the game. I mean, from top to bottom, what did you think of the game? And then we'll probably close it out with the question that everybody is probably wondering, which is Darrell Bevel showing you enough to keep this job?
I am truly confused by this game, man. It made me. I'm so much more confused than I would. Like you heard me 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? My tone, my narrative was tear it all down. You know what I'm saying? We need to rebuild. You know, I'm cool getting rid of Stafford. Like, and that still is like a little bit of the case, but like today's game just confused me because we've seen the Packers play down to the competition. Like we've seen them against the Jags. We're like, I'm saying ain't no damn reason the Jags should be in a game against Aaron Rodgers. Like they've been flip flopping through who the starting quarterback is all season. Like
right,
the Lions blew them out. Like that was just confusing. So like for us to hang tight with the Packers today, I don't know if it was one of those situations or that the Lions are truly revamped under the Bevel. So I mean, shouts out to Jamar. I'm probably gonna keep it game by game at this point because I don't know after that. I know our defense still is kind of ass, but we were even kind of getting pressure on him. But same thing, man. I just don't know if it's as a result of the Packers playing to the competition or us playing to our potential. I'm just confused, man.
I just like the fact that you went away from the idea of rebuild because I've been trying to get our fan base to use what word? Renovation. It's a difference. Don't got to blow it all up. Just got to do some minor improvements. So yeah, like I said, I want to make sure I catch this other game because I'm trying to watch it and do this at the same time, and it's a lot. As well as like you chase kids. I'm telling you, once they start walking, it's over. Game is over. It's done. Okay. So let's go into our final thoughts. What happened to Rage? Did Rage bounce for a minute? Did I miss something?
I guess he bounced. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go to our final thoughts. Dad, Pizza Man, I appreciate you for joining us as a Packers fan. Obviously, it's easier for you to join us when you got the win. But give us your final thoughts for the day.
Honestly, I think Bevel will probably end up being the head coach. Probably, if he keeps it up and he wins a couple more games here and there, and whatever, he'll be the coach. Packers have to get better. Packers have to get better if we want to win a Super Bowl, especially if we get somebody like the Chiefs. Got to get better. Overall, I'm not happy with the game, but I'm happy with a win. But the Lions always give us problems. But yeah, had a nice day.
All right. Obviously, Easy got in here a little bit late.
Also, I forgot Christian Kirksey. He got to be better, man. Christian Kirksey got to be better. That's another thing, and that's all.
All right. Obviously, Easy got in here a little bit later. So and was giving the man Rogey a chance to host the show, and do it. What are your final thoughts for the people? Obviously, make sure you talk about this in a way, but and given that final thought, the question becomes: should Matt Nagy really be considered for this head coaching position?
For us?
Yeah.
No. You said Matt Nagy.
I'm sorry, not Matt. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Darrell Bevel.
Okay.
Darrell Bevel.
As of now, I mean, he gets the interview. I'm definitely still interviewing other candidates. I'm not saying it's his job for sure. Like I said, we've seen the Packers play down the competition. And I know you use the word renovation, but I just think there's a lot more problems on this team that can be renovated. Like I think this whole defense can just go. I know today they showed up a little bit, and shouts out to them. The beginning of the game was atrocious. That man Aaron Rodgers was carving us up like it was Thanksgiving, man. It was nasty. But my final takeaway, man, I will go game by game. Is what I say. And I think that's what we should do as fans because we're truly, and I haven't looked at the mathematics of it yet, but I still think we have possibility at 8-8 too to possibly sneak in.
Yeah, but you need a lot of help though. A lot of help.
Yeah, I'm not saying we belong there, but I'm saying it's still a possibility, and obviously we love to see a possibility for us to win a chip. So like, if we can make it in 8-8, be positive. Once we're not, y'all can start thrashing.
Also, Ray said you can bring him in.
Yep, I was just say that. Yeah, let's bring Ray back in if we can, so he can get his final thoughts. Ray, give me your final thoughts for the day, man. Also, again, real quick, I always do this because, like I said, there are certain things I just won't do in this life, and those who do it, I have so much more respect for them. So salute to you for serving this country. And like I said, I know you're getting ready to get deployed, and I want to pray that you have safe travels and that you come back to it so we can hear from you, not about you. So give us your final thoughts of the day, sir.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love serving this country for you fine fellows, even though some of us may be blind to perfectly catchable passes and completed passes. That's besides the point. That's not why I'm here.
I said it's a catch. I said it's a catch. I'm over. I'm over.
But look, man, on
Okay.
a serious note, look, fire Mike Pettin and our defense will be soaring. Honestly, I don't. Bevel is definitely, changing y'all offense, but I think that's where he needs to stay, y'all offensive coordinator. But with that being said, I will give him full reign to being the offense. So that means whoever the head coach is, which usually it's defensive minded head coaches, that defensive minded head coach just gives the offense, give him full reign. Which I like Robert Salehi for y'all, so I think y'all should definitely inquire about
Also,
him because he actually knows how to work a defense. But I think Bevel is perfect for y'all offensive wise, especially if you give him an off season and a training camp to talk with Matthew Stafford, see what he likes, see what he don't like. I think Bevel can legit be, good for Matthew Stafford and reviving his career.
can I say something just real quick? Real quick. A couple streams ago, y'all was talking about when Matt Patricia got fired. I apologize so much for saying, hey, maybe you guys should hire Greg Williams. He's pretty good. So sorry.
I told you he was crazy. I told you he was crazy.
I'm so
told you.
sorry.
I responded swiftly. I responded swiftly with, "Oh hell no! Are you serious?"
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's some crazy. That's some crazy.
Let's go to you, Rogey. What are your final thoughts for the day, man? First of all, let me give you a shout out because I know that this was kind of a shock. Like, damn, I got to really host this and keep this thing going and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate you working with me, Luke J. You were a lot of help today.
No problem, man. So look, one from one brother to another. Hey, you fall out, I'll pick you up and keep running.
Appreciate it, brother. But,
Give us your final thoughts, man.
My final thoughts on today, and we're all kind of talking about like should Darrell Bevel come back, and I think that all falls back on the fact of do you want to keep Matt Stafford here? Because from what I've seen so far, it's kind of it's a weird sample size from what we're seeing from Darrell Bevel because they're allowed to play like they got nothing to lose right now. But what happens when you put Darrell under a team that has a lot to lose? Like we get all these new pieces and there's hype around us again. Like can he play with that more pressure, or is it just because you're unlocking Matt Stafford and just allowing him to throw all over the field? And, is this more of a Matt Stafford taking over this team right now, or is it actually Darrell Bevel? Because as it seems to me, it just seems like a whole team that just knows there's nothing to lose. We can just go out there, play, have fun. There's not a coach harping on us when we lose and Matt Patricia. It's just, let's just go out there, have a good time. So it's, like I said, it's a weird sample size because you don't know if that's the direction of a kind of team you want to have that just always plays like there's nothing to lose. You want that professionalism in the office, but at the same time, I think they're a little fearful to have that professionalism after having someone like Matt Patricia in here who was, a Super Bowl winner. So from my perspective, the more we have games like this and the more we go out and play our butts off, it's looking like we might have a couple more, at least another year of Matt Stafford with possibly a Darrell Bevel.
Okay, I mean, I thought about this question long and hard, and for me, I stand by my viewpoint and my standard that Darrell Bevel has to do things that I'm just not used to seeing that goes above and beyond and wild, and I haven't been wild yet. I definitely love the fact that we're competitive, but hey, you know who else we was competitive under was like Matt Patricia, and just being competitive is not a standard for me. So you got to be a little bit better. And so to me, I say, no, he cannot be our head coach. Even if that means that we lose Stafford, I think any head coach who comes in here is going to keep Stafford because they want to use him as a bridge to the next quarterback. And they should.
That's what he needs to be, yes.
Right. And look at what the Packers did. They've already got their bridge for Aaron Rodgers, and then they're going to still go out and draft another quarterback eventually to kind of be ready to take over. So
I've heard you say that take before. I was listening on one of your guys' videos before, and you mentioned how the Packers have only had like 2 quarterbacks in like the last however many decades or whatever. Yeah, so
over a decade,
right? So that's what Stafford didn't have anybody under him to give him that that feel for the game. So we need to keep Stafford and make sure that he trains somebody and they can come on the field with confidence, knowing that they were had that veteran presence that they learned under. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, well, listen, as always, people, I like to end the show. Excuse me, I like to end the show with a positive quote. And today's positive quote, it comes. I have a tendency to follow older people, but today's positive quote comes from my grandmother, who told me that just because you don't believe poop stink does not mean that it's good for you. And so what that means is that essentially that what you believe does not necessarily make it the right or the truth. Your belief are your belief, but the truth is something totally different. And what we must do is find a way to seek out the truth in all the things that we do. It's one of the reasons why I say, please do your research. Rage, you got to mute yourself. But it's one of the reasons why we say, I always tell people, please make sure you do your research, because at the end of the day, in doing that research, you're going to be seeking the truth. And if your truth is that you're delaying life decisions because you have not decided to get moving, then let that be the truth, not the excuses. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you have already subscribed to the Speak Easy podcast. Thanks, Rogey, for coming in and filling in, even though Easy tried to throw me the bus. Easy ain't no good in these streets. He ain't no good in these streets.
Hey, for real talk too, and I want to apologize to Rogey because I told Rogey like, yeah, go live, and I asked if he wanted anybody with them. He's like, well, I can go dolo if you want, but I had already sent it to you guys. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I send you guys links all the time, and usually no one joins. Today, y'all joined, so I was like, oh.
Hey, anytime it's a post game, they're gonna always jump on. I guarantee you. It's like post games, pre or post games, or any game related stuff. People are gonna always jump on, hands down.
Yeah,
but
I was actually thinking about coming on at halftime because this game, I was excited at halftime. This game had a good feel to it. Yeah,
I was
Same.
Same. But again, people, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button, and as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.
Deuces.